Assalamu alaikum students of grade 6. Your English teacher is here with English grammar lessons from Allied School. Open your books at page number 22. Today we are going to start lesson number 6, modals. Students, modals are the auxiliary verbs or helping verbs that we used in sentences. Read the following sentences. I can swim. We should be careful while crossing a road. We must not litter our roads and paths. We ought to go home now. Will your idea work? The words in red are all examples of modals. The words in red: can, should, must, ought, will. All these words are modal words or helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Modals are auxiliary verbs: was, will, can, has, have, had, must, might, could, should, ought, that are used in combination with other verbs to show ability, possibility, permission, etc. So these modal verbs are used in the combination with other verbs to show some ability or some possibility or permission. Some modals express more than one thing. Study the following sentences where can has been used to express permission, ability and possibility. You can use an umbrella as a walking stick. It is the ability. You can use my umbrella if it is rains. It is used in permission. You can look for the umbrella in the store room. It is possibility. So the word can has been used in three different ways as ability, permission and possibility. It proves that the modals can be used to express different things in different ways. Some modals are must, must not, can, cannot, may, may not, need not, ought to, shall, should not, will, would not. So let us understand. Let us now solve our exercises based on modals. Underline the modals in the following sentences. Copy the sentences in your notebook. Number 1. People should not throw stones at animals. Should will be underlined. I can play piano very well. You will underline can. I must finish my work before I sleep. You will underline the word must. May I borrow your pencil? You will underline the word may. Friends, in these sentences, should, can, must, may, all these are modals, so you will underline them. Friends, on the next page, the table given below gives a list of modals and their functions. Read and understand their use. So this table tells us about modals and their functions. Function: modals. Modals: will, would, be, going, to, shall. These modals are used for prediction, to predict something. Will and would, they are used for willingness, habits, preferences. Can, could, be able to, they show ability. Can, could, may, might, be allowed to, they also show permission. May, might, can, could, these modals show some possibility in a sentence. Must, have to, have got to, need not, must not. These modals show some necessity in the sentences where they are used. Should, ought to, be supposed to, had better. These modals show some obligation and advice. Students, now we are moving towards our exercise practice. Complete the sentences given below by choosing the most appropriate modal from the list given below. Write in your notebooks. You are given some modals here and you will use these modals in these blanks. Number 1. I tried hard but could not solve the problem. Number 2. We should give love to animals. Number 3. I can walk 4 miles in an hour. Number 4. We must not go to school without proper uniform. Number 5. You have to go to the hall for the final dress rehearsal. Exercise B is copy the following sentences in your notebook. Choose the best option for the choices given. Number 1, we will win the game. Number 2, I could swim very fast. Number 3, she can play with us. Number 4, I was hoping you might give some advice. Number 5, you ought not to leave the class while the teacher is teaching. So here we have underlined the correct models according to these sentences. Friends, we shall solve exercise C in online lecture. Now we are going to solve extended exercise. Given below is a letter. Kathy wrote to her friend about a burglary in her house. Copy the letter in your notebook and complete it by filling up the blanks with suitable models. So we are going to complete these letters with suitable models. Dear Lizzie, last week we had a terrible time. I went to the market with the children to do some shopping. When we returned after 2 hours, we were shocked to see our things laying scattered. It was clear that the house had been burgled. I rang up the police immediately. Meanwhile, I wondered how the thief could have come in. I inspected the house and found all the doors and windows locked. Minnie, my daughter, saw the window open and some pieces of broken glass pane laying on the floor. The thief would have come in through the window. He would have climbed up a pipe and then broken open the window. Alternately, he would also have climbed up the tree growing in the backyard and come in through the branches overhanging near the bathroom window. The police arrived within minutes of my call. They took the fingerprints, sample of blood and pictures of the house. I must have suffered losses worth millions in cash and kind. I wonder if the police would come to catch the thief and whether I would ever get back the lost items. Love, Kathy. So friends, our lesson number 6 is completed. Friends, now we are going to start lesson number 7, adjectives. Read this sentence. An old lady walked down the street. Here old is an adjective. Sometimes we use more than one adjective to make the description interesting. For example, an old haggard lady walked down the street. So here we have described the word old with the word haggard. Sometimes we use a group of adjectives to describe a noun. For example, an old lady wearing a big brown hat walked down the street. So here we are using a group of adjectives to describe the noun old lady. Old lady is a noun and we are using a group of adjectives wearing a big brown hat to describe this noun. So these are called adjective phrases. In this sentence, the words wearing a big brown hat are used to describe the lady. Such groups of words which have the same function as an adjective are called adjective phrases. A phrase is a group of words that does not contain any verb. So a phrase is a group of words and there is no verb in a phrase. So let us solve our exercises. Read the following table, then complete the table with adjective phrases of your own in your notebook. So here you are given some adjectives and you are asked to solve the adjective phrases. Some examples have been solved for you. A golden crown, a crown made of gold. A purple cloak, a cloak of purple color. A deserted village, a village without any people. A heavy box, a box of great weight. A jungle track, a track through the jungle. A barefooted child, a child without shoes. A colorful photograph, a photograph with different colors. A fearless boy, a boy with no fear. A barren island, an island with no vegetation. Now come towards the next exercise on next page. Practice. Copy the following sentences in your notebook. Underline the adjective phrase in each sentence. So these are 5 sentences. We are asked to underline the adjective phrase. A cottage, dark, cold and wet. You will underline dark, cold and wet because it is adjective phrase. became our only shelter from the heavy rains. The path through the woods, deep, dark and haunted, was frightening. You will underline deep, dark and haunted. Number 3. The garden blooming with flowers in multiple colors was a sight to behold. Blooming with flowers in multiple colors is adjective phrase. Number 4. The hills, slopes, lush green with grass are covered with snow. Lush green with flowers, lush green with grass is adjective phrase. You will underline it. Number 5. We could never feel the witchery of the clear blue skies. Clear blue skies is adjective phrase. You will underline it. Students, these underlined phrases are adjective phrases because they are describing their nouns in their sentences. Exercise B is make interesting sentences using the following. So here are some adjective phrases. We are going to use them in interesting sentences. Number 1, with great speed. I can drive car with great speed. Number 2, cool shady tree. Ali was sitting under the cool shady tree. Number 3, frozen and sleepy. After the snow falling, road became frozen and slippery. Number 4, with a radiant smile. He greets everyone with a radiant smile. C. Copy the following sentences in your notebook. Fill in the blanks with suitable adjective phrase. Number 1. The king had a writing desk with golden top. Number 2. Draw a picture of a lion. Number 3. The doors of this house closed upon him. Number 4. The road after heavy rain is very sleepy. Number 5. He lost a diamond of great value. Now we move towards our extended exercise. The examples below contain both complete sentences and adjective phrases. Identify the adjective phrases and write their numbers in your notebook. So you will only identify the adjective phrases, and the adjective phrases are number 2, number 3, number 5, number 6 and number 7. You will write adjective phrase before these phrases. So friends, we have completed our 2 chapters, 2 lessons, lesson number 6 and 7. You will solve all these exercises on your books and learn them.